pretty much.
We're back on the Tommy Zeller speedrun sled today. Part 3?
Yes.
Yeah. What are we doing today, Tommy?
Just a lot of random little things. We're going to put the final 7/8 drag bars on it. And work on a belt guard that I bought at a swap meet. We'll get to that in a little bit. Got to drill some rivets and do some cutting.
That's probably required for this class, isn't it? Yeah.
And we're going to try to get the chain case, the front shaft, and the track in today. Then we will start on the suspension.
I'm going to go dig for a lighter skid. I'm convinced that skid that Tommy brought over is way overweight. I'm going to guess 8 to 10 pounds. We'll find out later.
Yeah, minimum of 5, I'm guessing. But yeah, you're right, John. Yeah, lighter is better.
You know, so we're going to go dig up a skid for the project, and anything else, we're just going to take it easy. We're going to get that track in the sled. That track's been sitting around my shop, and every time I walk by it, I feel like there's a porcupine attacking me. I'm amazed I haven't ripped up my jeans on it yet. Those are sharp studs.
It is studded.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, that's what we're doing. All right, we're scaling things for the speedrun sled. So the slide system Tommy's holding there, that's the one he brought over. I thought it looked pretty heavy. The one on the floor there is one of my spares. I just put it together sometime because I knew I'd need a spare. It's just an old 8-inch. So what's
55 pounds.
Good Lord. You sure you should be lifting that much?
I know, I'm old.
So we'll see how much this one weighs, but this one, other than needing a new rear shock, this one's good to go. I mean, I got slides on it, brand new and everything. What's the
49.5, 50, so 5 pounds right there.
5 pounds, and it's really all in that back arm, I think.
I'm guessing.
The front arm's the same. It's got the same except for one less wheel on the back axle. It's got some nice blue wheels on it, too.
They're coming off. We're putting 8-inchers on.
All right, good. I get to keep my blue wheels.
Yes. And we're weighing these on a scale that we got 3 of them out of Marlin Englert's shop back in the day. So this is a Marlin Englert scale.
Yeah, even the scale's got racing history.
Probably be replaced.
All right, show us this fancy belt guard.
Another swap meet find I got for probably $10 at a swap meet several years ago, and it's just been sitting on a shelf waiting for someplace to go. So,
do you think it came off a chassis like this at all?
I don't think so. There's no tab on the front, narrower in the back, but we'll make it work.
Definite custom.
Yeah.
What are these door hinges from?
They were on this, so it's a piece of art, just like the rest of this sled. But the hinges will be changed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I see you knocked the rivets out.
Yep.
So we're just going to cut and splice until the thing fits.
Bam.
There we go. Here, give this thing a test fit. Is it even in the ballpark? If you line it up back here, is your bolt hole close?
Yeah, I'd have to do some notching in the front. Some notching in the front to clear the spindles. So it must be on an IFS sled probably.
Okay. It looks like it, and it looks like the
for a latch on this
center to center might have been a ½ inch shorter, but overall length works, you're saying?
Yes, it will.
All right. Well, we'll get after it and mod that up. Details, what are you and Farley doing?
We're going to rip this thing apart. We found a new track.
Well,
Skid.
all we're gonna do right now is get the back axle out.
The back axle out because we're going with those.
We're going with the big 8s and the back axle.
Farley's going to be my helper apparently.
Farley is right in there helping. Oh, that's a bad sign.
That's a bad sign.
We may be changing those adjuster blocks.
Yeah, we need some creeper oil.
Yeah. Well, Dennis got the other one loose and all the way out.
This one not so much.
This one looks tighter. We may end up replacing one of these adjuster blocks. We'll see. Yeah. Why don't you set it down flat on the floor?
Yeah, it'll work.
And hit it with the impact, otherwise you're just going to bend the bolt.
We're replacing those bolts.
We don't know. We weren't gonna, but we can. All right, try hitting that with the impact. I think you already bent the bolt, so we probably are at this point.
That bolt is bent. What the hell?
How'd that bolt get bent, Dennis?
Daisy did it.
Daisy? Daisy's learning to be a good shop helper.
Oh yeah, she's stuck.
All right, why don't you get the back wheels off, and we will find one of those. We'll find one of those adjuster blocks in the junkyard and swap it. All right, let's talk about these adjuster blocks. So this one was quite stuck. The bolt is quite stuck, and it got bent trying to get it unstuck. So what you do, you get out your old angle grinder and you grind the rivet heads off, usually on the inside. So that is what happened. Let me stand this thing up. Sorry for the shoddy camera work there. So Dennis did this. He ground them off. Then you come in with the old impact hammer with, hey, look, that's that same puncher bit that we used on Lonnie's cleats. And you just line it up, knock it out, goes flying across the room. There you go. Repeat on the other skid, except for you got to get the rivets totally out of the block on the other skid. So usually I'll knock them the other way. On the block I'm going to use, I'll grind off the outside heads and then punch the rivets inward. And then we just put it on with bolts. I think they're just quarter 20s, right, Tommy?
Yep.
We just bolt them back on with quarter 20s. Good to go. Very common repair on an old skid.
Just a bunch of noise. Just a bunch of noise. And more noise out here.
Kind of like snow, but it's aluminum. Every few seconds, hit her with some W.
Just extending the slot so that the track fits better.
Yeah, we're going to continue this slot up to this mark or up to the block on the other side.
Yep.
I think that'll work. That gives us over a quarter-inch more adjustment.
Probably like 3/8.
Yep.
So this went remarkably fast. With the, I just used a single cut burr and I showed you the WD. And how long was I out here? 5 minutes?
About that.
I mean, it just whipped right along. So I'm pretty happy with this. I have never done this before for big rear wheels, but I'm going to start doing this if this works out.
If it fits, we should be able to get enough adjustment now for the big wheels without changing the slots in the tunnel.
Well, we'll know.
Holes in the tunnel.
We'll know later today.
Yes, we will.
Or maybe tomorrow.
Yeah.
All right, we're test fitting the 8-inch wheels, and our conclusion is top corner looks okay to me. The bottom corner right here, we're going to have to clip it off just a little bit. I think the top corner's okay, Tommy.
We'll make them match.
We'll just make them round.
Yeah, maybe a little there too.
So a little more. We'll do that with the cutoff wheel, though. Here's the after. Boy, we got her by a solid quarter-inch now. I think we can go with that. We got guests in the shop. We got Greg and Dave. We're still working on Tommy's sled. I grabbed the camera for the upcoming segment that's called Wrestling with the Porcupine. We're going to watch Tommy put this track in. Porcupine bonus round with dogs for added difficulty. So we just took a good look at this track. It does have the directional arrow and it's a camoplast. And Tommy, where'd this thing come from?
Polaris in about the year 2000 was given to Dan Barker when I was running their pro stock, and we had it on the improved stock, so it's been sitting on a shelf for a little while.
Wow. So even the track's got race history.
Yep.
Pretty cool. There goes the chain case. Greg wants to know why Tommy's not putting reverse in it. I don't know.
Because it's a race sled.
We're gonna have to find the other kind of rope guide, because we're going to the other kind of chain case. And another speed shop will use that rope guide for the blowgun holder. Stud protectors are going to be in order for this thing. Holy cow, look how close those are to the top of the tunnel.
That's not close. I think that's touching.
Well, you know what though? It's not
It's not tight, yeah.
wrapped right on the wheel.
It's so.
Let's see. Can we get it down? Oh, that's better. All right. We're still going to need stud protectors.
I think I have aluminum ones at home.
That's still not wrapped right on the wheel, but it's pretty good. It'll work. Oh, you guys doing something over here?
We're going to try to stick it in.
I need that.
Over that way a little bit, Dennis. There you go.
Tommy says he doesn't like those red slides. What do you guys think?
They look racy.
I think Tommy wants
Red
blue.
is fast.
We got to go up on the chain.
Up on the chain, you got
I'll
2 links left.
lift it up, and you guys.
It's always a team effort.
Get the front end over, Brad.
What you putting on there, Nutter?
Strap on. Greg's really mad because you paused Hank Jr.
I'm sorry. It'll be back.
Well, we got 2 supervisors over here.
We got one side
Careful, don't slip
with
off.
one bolt in.
Smack you in the head. Go up a little bit in the back.
More?
More. 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 There you go. Give her a couple more little cranks.
Oh
Grab
boy,
half a
that's
hole.
tight.
One more.
I think.
Come on, Nutter.
Oh, I don't want to rip the back of the tunnel where I got this hooked.
It'll be fine.
We don't want to run this track this tight when we're racing, do we?
Track's not tight.
Get out of there.
You get your
We get more weight reduction coming.
Get your nose punched.
The point of this is to clear those. The point of this is to clear those Wall Brothers drivers. All right, here's the situation. The track, even though we move that axle forward, she's way too tight. So Tommy, show them what you got there. We've got these Wall Brothers adjusters, and we're going to have to put them on forward of where that is. We're probably going to clear off the rivets and bolt right through. We're going to keep the steel plate. And, of course, we're going to have to trim the rails by however much we move it forward because we just have like a 1/2 inch clearance to the drive shaft right now. So there we go. That's, I don't know. That's a good conclusion for today.
Get down between
I think I'd go a little wider so you could palm that throttle.
Test fitting the bars.
the old.
The old bars. Those are not the bars. He's just using them to check the width.
I'd leave them the same.
I think so too. That's right where my arms are out and I come down.
Up higher, though, because they're straight bars, right?
They're same bend as these. They're right over there.
Oh, yeah.
They're just
Yeah,
less
that's it.
beat on.
It's settled down right where it's supposed to be.
Yeah, I'm gonna say
We don't need the f***ing bolts.
I'm gonna say the track's slightly tight.
Yeah. We'll fix it.
Get them all marked up. We can throw them in the bandsaw quick.
All right.
We'll bandsaw 'em.
Use that sawzall. That was fun.
With the wood blade?
Yeah, that went great. Bandsaw. All right, we got Tommy's new drag bars on. I didn't know this, but you got to trim them for your desired length. This is the first time I ever learned that. So, quick trick to the bandsaw later. There they are. And Tommy's got all his controls installed. The other thing we learned about these drag bars is they're not 7/8. They're 22 millimeter. So we had to sand down part of the brake master clamp in order to get that to clamp okay. The center clamp where it clamps to the stem, that worked out fine. There goes that suspension.
Yeah.
Yeah?
That'll work.
Awesome.
That'll work. Sneeze in the air.
I think Dave was slow on the draw last time he did one of these too. All right, so that's
It's all good.
It's all good.
It's all good.
So that's a successful day in building a speedrun sled. This is what you do. You put it together, you take it apart, you put it together, you take it apart, you fit things, you cut things off, you move holes, you change stuff until it's just right. So we learned a ton today. We got the little tiny skis on the front. That's a good fit. We got no worries about those. I mean, they clear everything. We know we got to slide the skid forward another 3/4 of an inch to an inch. And we're going to have to trim the rails again. We'll use a sharper blade this time.
It was fine. We got the legal belt guard roughed in pretty close. Just have to put a clamp on the front.
Yep.
We got the belly pan cleaned of all the grease.
Oh yeah, detail was working.
Details did details things. All right. We want to take a moment and talk about these shirts me and Tommy are wearing. You guys saw I posted a while ago, R.I.P. Marlin Englert. And these guys know Tommy used to race on Team Englert, and that's where he set a lot of his most significant records. And Marlin was a Hall of Fame inductee, which you can go back to the very first video on the channel, and that's Marlin's Hall of Fame induction speech. I left that up. I don't know if you know that, but that's been there for quite a few years now. So we're wearing these shirts in honor of Marlin Englert. They don't say Nutter Speed Shop or anything, but you can go out and get them if you want to get one. If you remember who Marlin was, and if you think those records were important, which I think they were important to the entire snowmobile industry, that's a great reason to go get this shirt.
So it's on nutterspeedshop.com spread.
Just go to the links in the description.
Shop spread or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
You can get mugs, stickers, women's sweatshirts, t-shirts.
Yeah.
Variety of colors. So
eventually Tommy's going to talk more about Marlin, I think, but we're not quite ready for that yet. But we just wanted you to know you can get something to remember Marlin by if you want to.
He passed away.
Yeah, he's passed
Let's
away.
have a drink for him.
yeah.
To Marlin.
Rest in peace, Marlin. Let's get crazy.
He was a character. He was the wild man of racing back in the day. So, all right, with that said, big thanks to the patrons for supporting the channel. You guys are the best. Really appreciate your support. Everybody probably knows the deal by now, but if you become a patron at the $5 or $10 level, you get to see all the videos early and ad-free on the Patreon webpage, app, whatever it is. Links in the description. Thanks to everybody else that subscribed. We love you guys. We really appreciate anybody that hits subscribe, especially if you hit the notification bell. And I guess we'll see you out on the ice.
Thanks for the beer.
Don't forget you're just cleaning the carbs shirt.
We need a speed hole right about here.
Yeah.
Well, that could be the thumbnail right there with Farley walking in front. Are you just a ham? Just a ham.